Good evening, everybody. August 19th, 2021. Bitcoin has a bit of a surprising move here. So we did not continue downwards in this manner. So this support I'm removing now, and I'm going to have to rework some of the stuff here. So let's just remove all that. All right. So here's the question. Is this complete here, right? Or potentially, I said I was moving this box, but it is still technically support for 4. Did 4 get stretched over here maybe? Like this could still be 3 in this region, and we could still be working on this 5 up here based on this move. And the way that we would look at that would be basically as a W, X, and Y, something along these lines. So we have little ABC here. Get rid of that. We have something like an A, B, C here. They're all super messy. And then maybe an A, B, and C down, right? So that's 3 ABCs, which can then be counted more fully as a W, X, and Y, and therefore the end of that 4. So that is still the possibility that we have here in this count that I've been looking at in the blue count. So let me just make this a little bit smaller here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want this one. Okay, so possibly that WXY, and we completed 4 then here, completed that correction, and now we can begin working on this 5 finally. So this is still the scenario I'm watching here, and this region is still the region I believe for that. Let's just double check. I'm actually going to do a fib retracement instead of a fib extension backwards from the 3 to the 2, and let's see, change that color so I can see what I'm dealing with here. Okay, so this 5 would typically go anywhere between the 1236 and the 1382 here, so still looking at basically like that 50K region as the top. And the original projection came from, where does this start? Oh, right here. Looking at this is the 1 and 2. So trend-based fib extension, we did this, I believe. And I was looking at that because that's where 5 should go from there. I'm pretty sure that's where I got that projection. In any case, this red box is still pretty reliable, somewhere around 50K as the top out for this final leg, if this is in fact the scenario that we're looking at. So again, let me just go over what this is. This is assuming that, and the only reason I'm assuming this is because it makes more sense back here. That we have a WXY, we've got 4, we've got a truncated 5, so therefore this move, I don't like ignoring motion if I can help it, so this move, since this didn't come below the start of this this move here to 1, I've got it as a 1 and a 2, and then 3, 4 really played into the fib extension really nicely there, and 5 should be extending upwards into here. Maybe that's where I got the target from. Let me just double check that. 1 to 2. Oh, there we go. That's where it came from. So, yeah, that's right around that 2.0 extension. So, okay. Anyway, so that is assuming that our 1 and 2 are here, right? And then I did an alternate scenario, slightly more bullish scenario. Let me switch over to that one. although it's less bullish in the long run, honestly, but it's the more immediate bullish scenario, where we assume that this is a double bottom here, and we do kind of ignore that, and therefore we've started off this move with a 1 and a 2 here. So instead of this being 1 and this being 2, we basically reset this motion and said, here's 1, here's 2. And then within that, now we've got a 1 and a 2 potentially for this larger third right here. So if we break above the start of 1 here, if we break above that 48K, it makes this significantly more probable. And if we get all the way to 59, then this is almost certainly the correct way to interpret it. So now it gets a little messy because we really, I would say we're really not, certain on this until we get above like 49.8 and really call it 50K. If we can sustain above 50,000, I would say this is the more likely one. But the other thing that we want to look at is down on the micro. We really need to see, all right, if this is the case, then within this move up to 59, we should also see 5 waves on the micro. So that's what we're looking for at this point. If we can see, we should look something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, something along those lines, right? So we're working on this very first one. So if I can see on the micro, even within this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that upwards, then I may go ahead, and on the next pullback, I might go ahead and put some of my cash back into the market with a stop then below these lows down here that we just made, because that would indicate that this more immediate bullish scenario is now primary. So let's go down. I can't really make anything out on this hourly chart, and really we're looking for a very small time frame, 5 waves up here for this first wave, wherever it happens to go. So let's go down to like the 5 minute, just see if there's any indication that that's what is happening. I mean, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on a very, very micro time frame. So let's see what that does for us. If this is our 1, 1, and 2, like that, that would potentially project us up high enough for a little 1 here, and that gives us that 50K. And seeing a rejection from 50K would certainly be within the realm of possibility. So basically, once we get that, if we can get that 50K, then we can look at a pullback into the 48 or 47 region as a potential buying opportunity if it looks corrective, and if this plays out the way that it should. And the way that it should play out is if it follows our Fibonacci sequence like this. Somewhere up here, we should see it push up to between 48.3 and 48.8, and then hold support down here between 47 and 47.5 before pushing up to 49.1 to 49.7. So this is looking at the very, very, very micro now. We can make this even smaller, sub-micro, right? So if we can do something like this on the 5 minute chart, where we see it come, like I said, up into this region and then hold this retest here and then push up near to 50K, that might be enough evidence for me then to consider buying the next pullback after that. Because again, this is down on the 5 minute chart, so we would then be looking for a larger move up, breaking 50K and getting into the 56 region, somewhere in that region there. So so basically, I'm not panicking into anything at the moment. I did not sell all of my Bitcoin, and this is exactly why, because this is certainly still a potential. Like I said, I am just about 50-50 cash and crypto, and I'm not sad about selling, distributing my Bitcoin in this area. It was the right move. It's an area of uncertainty and choppiness, and it was certainly the right move. And I don't see any reason why I cannot watch this play out and then buy the next pullback. And I might miss out on a couple percentage points on that half that I sold, but on the remaining half, I'm still making money on that crypto as well, and then I can ride the rest up, sitting in it a little bit more comfortably than I was when it looked like we were potentially topping out and looking for a deeper pullback. So now, all that being said, none of this is guaranteed until we get this full 5 waves up. We have to break over this high and get this full 5 waves up to start looking at that as the primary. So we'll just have to see where it goes and go from there. So let's see if there's anything else we need to look at. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. There's really nothing to do right now. We are very, very overbought on the indicators on the hourly. So that is a headwind to making this play out, of course. We still can drop from here. It is still possible that this is the completion of 5 was back here, and this is all part of the correction that we're seeing right now. That is certainly possible. We can see that might be an A, a B, and a C. We can see some of the crap that we saw earlier where we had these really, look at this, we had an A, a really high B, and a deep C. We might see an expanded flat correction like that, assuming this is 5. So that would be A. We might see B come up here where I was expecting 5 to strike, and then just have a single wave down for the C. That is certainly possible too. So I guess what I'm saying is, this area, it continues to prove itself to be quite choppy. You really shouldn't be getting overly excited on anything at the moment, and we really need to see it have a large break through that 50K range, like I said, and sustain above it. So, all right, I think that is pretty much all I can say on this. All right, good night, everybody, and we'll see where we are tomorrow.